Season 15 starts September 21st, and this season, Necro is going to be getting the Rathma set, which is the best set for group play, and arguably one of the best sets for solo play. So it's going to be a good season. So without further ado, let's get into the Season 15 Necro Starter Guide. So this guide's going to be a little different because we're going to show you guys kind of the fastest ways to get into both playing the group build for Rathma DPS and solo play as the Singularity Speed Necromancer. So just like I tell you guys at the start of every season, you have to save your challenge Rift for the start of Season 15. So when next week rolls around, do not do your challenge Rift until the day of season start and after the season starts. And since this season we're starting with Rathma and we're all about those mages on Rathma, we're going to tell you to spend those shards right away on a level 1 Necro to try to get the Circle of Naluj Evil, the best in-slot ring for the Singularity Speed Necro and the Rat DPS Necro for groups. And while obviously you can't wear this ring at level 70, you can still cube it at level 70. And you already have one piece ready to go right out of the box. Now say you're really lucky and you get the Circle of Naluj Evil, you can roll gloves to try to get the Grasp of Essence, which will make Corpse Explosion do more damage as you level, which can be pretty strong for leveling. Or you can wait till like level 60 or so and you can start rolling on Tasker and Theo if you can like hold your blood shards that long. But once you hit 70, the first thing you should go do, regardless of whether you're going to play the solo build or the group build, is go kill Malthael and get yourself the Reaper's Wraps recipe, which is exactly what you need to be running the group DPS, the Rat DPS, and they'll certainly be one of the best in-slot items until you can get a pair of Nemesis Bracers for the solo build. Now, after you've hit 70, your whole goal should be to roll gloves. You're going to get Haedrig's Gifts and you're getting all the pieces you need to build out 6-piece Rathma, so that's going to be no problem at all. And big source of your damage is from Tasker and Theo. So the first thing you want to do once you hit level 70 and start getting blood shards is to roll Tasker and Theo. It's a glove. Use all your blood shards until you finally get a pair. And then with your crafting mats, you're actually going to want to upgrade one-hand scythe inside of the cube. Because again, the value for upgrading one-hand scythe is absolutely insane. You can get Funerary Pick, Justice Skull Scythe, Scythe of the Cycle, Trigla's Quoted Fang, and 3 of these are actually really good. Now ideally you'd want to get Scythe of the Cycle and then boom, you just wear that and you pretty much wear that and never take it off. You can get Trigla's Quoted Fang, you can make that work, you can run a curse for a while, it can be decent until you get something better. And if you get Jesseth, maybe you get the Skull Shield along the way, and you can certainly run Jesseth for a while and be very successful and be very powerful. It's a very good setup. But ideally, you want to wear the Scythe of the Cycle, and then say you have Scythe of the Cycle, what you should do next, if you're trying to run the group build, is try to get a Relena Shadowhook. And to do that, we're going to actually upgrade 2-hand scythes in the cube. And again, the value for upgrading 2-hand scythes is very good. You can get Nair's Black Death, which is a very good spear to have in the cube for Blight Spear. You can get Petrified Spike, which, you know, maybe you're playing Razor Teeth and that can be quite good. Blood Type Blade, maybe you like Blood Nova builds. And of course, Relena Shadowhook is what you're after here, and you want to put that in the cube as soon as you can get it, because that's the best in slot to have in the cube for playing the Rathma DPS. Now, if you're not playing the Rathma DPS and you're playing the solo build, you do want to try to get your hands on an Ingyam. If you're playing with people at the start of the season, just let them know, hey guys, I could really use an Ingyam. And you really only need it for the cube. But if you get a good one, you can wear it instead of the Scythe of the Cycle. So say you got your Tasker and Theo, you immediately probably want to start rolling on belts. As Rathma DPS at the start of the season, Dainty's Binding can be very nice, keep you alive because you can be very squishy at the start of the season. And of course, if you're playing the solo build, you're going to want to get your hands on a Vigilant Belt. So rolling belts is going to be a very good value. You get a Vigilant Belt, you can get Dainty's Binding, and of course you can get a Witching Hour as well, because that'll be quite good. It'll be squishy, but it'll be very good. As far as Phylacteries, it doesn't really matter. You can even wear a rare one until you get a legendary one. Pretty much anything with crit cooldown at the start of a season is going to be pretty GG. At the start of a season, it can be really helpful to have Vite instead of Skeletal Mage damage, just to keep you alive. So something like this would be like the perfect roll. But really just getting any legendary offhand is what you're after for either build. So at this point, if you already have Nems and if you already got the belt that you want, I would maybe try to get a legendary Phylactery from Blood Shards, but it's not really super necessary. After that, if you're playing the solo build, I'd try to get a Requiem Sarah Plate. It's gonna be very powerful. Gets your essence back super fast. If you're only doing the group version, don't even worry about rolling chests. Now, if you're in a group or you're even solo, at some point you're going to need to try to run Act 1 bounties to try to either get the Ring of Royal Grandeur for yourself or for the Z Necro in your group. So that's something to look out for as well. The Ring of World Grandeur only drops from Act 1 cash. So a big thing to do at the start of the season to try to get a Ring of World Grandeur. But again, this is only necessary if you're running the solo build. If you're running the group build, you don't really care about Ring of World Grandeur. The biggest hurdle you're going to come across pretty much every season on Necro is trying to get your hands on a Crispin Sentence, because it is pretty rare. I think I didn't find one until like Paragon 300, 400 last season. Someone in my group didn't find one the season before that until like 600, 700, 800 Paragon. So it can be kind of tough to get your hands on one. And you really just need it in the cube, so it doesn't even have to roll well. So just like let people in your group know. Maybe if the other Necros get one, just let them know, hey guys, I still haven't got a Crispy, you know, work together. At a certain point, you have everything you need for the build in the slots. I would probably start upgrading rings, start rolling rings, because the Crispy Sentence is going to be a huge hurdle to try to get across. After all that, I mean, you can pretty much wear any necklace you want. Obviously, you're after a Haunted Vision. That's going to help you the most. But anything with good DPS stats at the start of the season is probably going to be good enough. Things to look out for are like a Wisdom of Kalong can be really, really nice at the start of the season until you get your hands on a Haunted Vision. But really just, you know, DPS stats is all you care about. Crit damage, crit chance, physical damage. That's what you're all about. But that's really all there is to it. And the Rathma set is going to be incredibly powerful at the start of the season. You know, upgrading one-hand sight. So say you get Jesseth, you can cube your side of the cycle, and boom, it's, you know, 400% damage modifier in the cube, 400% damage modifier on you, assuming you're running the right skills. You get a Shadow Hook, put that in the cube. Like, there's so many combinations of weapons that work with this. So Jesseth, Shadow Hook, Scythe of the Cycle, even Trighoul's Corroded Fang, they're all going to be damage modifiers that are going to take you to the next level as you continue to try to gear for what you need for these builds to work. And again, guys, if you haven't checked out both of these guides on my YouTube channel, do go take a look. Again, if you're looking to group this season, you want to do DPS, that is the Rat DPS guide. And if you're looking to solo crazy fast, you're looking for Singularity Speed Necromancer. Both of those guides have stat priorities. As you guys know, I usually do 24-hour streams at the start of the season, but I will actually miss the start of this season. I will be motorbiking across Morocco, as a lot of you guys know. So I will miss the season start date, which actually is kind of unfortunate because Rathma's start is so good, especially if you're playing in groups. Last season, when we started with Pestilence, I was able to get 870 Paragon after a 24-hour period. And the time to get it into Rats this season is going to be insanely fast because we start with Rathma as Necros and Barbarians start with Wastes. So the time to get into Rats is going to be crazy fast. So I wouldn't doubt people getting into 1k Paragon with this setup after just 24 hours. It's that good. And at the time of making this video, we still don't know the season start theme. So if it's any good, you know, that could speed up progress even more. So do look out for that, guys. And of course, I'll be back September 25th and I'll be streaming the Diablo, getting caught up to the rest of you guys. But that's pretty much all there is to it, guys. It's real quick, real easy. Hopefully this will help you guys when you start in season 15. If not, you can stop by the stream and ask all of your questions, of course. As always, guys, like, subscribe, come over to Twitch, ask your questions, guys. We love you. Peace out.